Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Cop Council. Hopefully, all of you are having a fantastic day from wherever you are around the world, and welcome back to a match preview show. Yes, it has been a very long time since I have done a match preview show, so apologies for that. But of course, we are here for Liverpool versus Brighton. What a week it has been for the mighty Reds. Beating Manchester United with 5 goals to 0. We'll talk a little bit about that. Of course, we'll talk about the Capital One Cup as well, and of course, what happened against Preston, and of course, previewing the game against Brighton, which should be a very, very good game indeed. Anyway, but guys, let me know how you are all this evening. Hopefully, all of you are having a fantastic day as always. And thank you so much for tuning in. If you could, as well, if you're new to the channel, then please hit that subscribe button. It'd be very much appreciated. And don't forget to leave a like on the video as well. Helen's in saying, evening, Connor. I hope you are well. I'm doing fantastic, Helen. Hopefully you're having a fantastic day. And yeah, guys, like I said, please let me know in the comment section down below how you lot are doing. Of course, we've got my match preview. Of course, I'll be on Doug's channel tonight anyway, talking about all of this, but be fantastic to catch up with you all anyway, because it has been a while, to be fair. But Jamie Phillips, football chance, hello mate, hopefully you're having a fantastic day, mate. Saying good evening, fella, hopefully you're having a fantastic day. Jade's in saying hello, Connor. Hi Connor, hello Jade, hopefully you're having a fantastic day. And Doug is in as well. Hopefully all of you are having a fantastic day. But of course, let's talk about what happened last week. Liverpool 5, Manchester United 0. Of course, we did a post-match after it, but I thought we'd start the match preview show by talking about it, because what a week it has been in terms of that. Because did we ever expect a 5-0 victory over Manchester United? No, I don't think we did before the game. I know pretty much all of us said, me included, thought we'd absolutely batter them, which I thought we would, but I didn't expect 5 goals to 0 realistically. And just watching this week how it's gone, and in particular Manchester United fans crying, we want Ollie out, we want Ollie out. It's beautiful. And as the away cop sang last week, Ollie is at the wheel, and let him have a full-time contract at Manchester United, because how beautiful was it? It was absolutely fantastic, wasn't it? But guys, let me know your thoughts in the comment section down below, because it was absolutely fantastic, wasn't it? But Helen says, I am sick. I'm sorry to hear that, Helen. Hopefully hopefully, first of all, it's not COVID related, hopefully. But please get well soup, have plenty of soup. That's the only advice I could give. Have plenty of soup. I hope you will feel better soon. Helen says, Mark. Doug says the same. Hi Helen, get well soon. Yeah, please get well soon, Helen, as well. Chris says, would any Man United or Everton fans like a high five? Yeah, I think some of them might. Me too. Mark says Helen, and Helpfully says I've missed Helen's comment. Tartag, I hope so as well. And then Chris says, Manchester United fans are so disrespectful. All he needs time to trust the process. Yeah, he needs time. He needs time at the job. He needs time to build a masterpiece, then you could say. But no, it is quite hilarious, isn't it, guys? When you look at it, and I think it's absolutely fantastic that Manchester United, they've, remember Gary Neville, and you guys should know by now on this channel, I hate Gary Neville to a limit now, where he's just unbearable at times. Where last year he was like, at the beginning of the season, was saying that Liverpool, Manchester United gone ahead of Liverpool. And now we're at Manchester United. They're nowhere near the title race where they was expecting to be at the start of the season, and it's absolutely fantastic, in my opinion. I absolutely love seeing United fans cry. I love United fans just whinging, moaning, and bitching, then you could say, if you want to excuse my French. But it's absolutely fantastic, isn't it? And special high five goes to Manchester United anyway. But guys, let me know your thoughts. I'm not laughing, person, but I'm laughing at Manchester United, says Chris. Mark said, only had a few years, he needs more. Yeah, exactly. Needs a lot more, to be fair. I warned United fans when Ollie appointed, they're winning nothing under Norwegian column from Lord of the Rings. Exactly, Chris, exactly. I need sleep, right, though. Right through the night, says Helen. Yeah, sleep, water, just fluids. That's the important thing, I would say, Helen. The key for recovery, then, yeah, you could say. But I'm no expert. I'm just saying that. But yeah, that's all I'm going to speak about Manchester United, because look, it's hilarious what's happening there. But going on about Preston, we didn't do a post-match for that. We didn't do a preview for it neither, so apologies for that. I'm going to try, and hopefully, I keep saying it, but I'm going to try and get back into the YouTube swing of things. And look, it was a very, very decent game in the second half. First half was very boring against Preston. None of the players turned up in that first half. And to be fair, Preston were very unlucky not to be 1-0 up. I thought Adrian kept us in the game. Adrian, look how many times we've cursed Adrian over the last couple of years, ever since that Atletico Madrid game. But, for me, did absolutely fantastic, keeping us in the game. And I think, if it wasn't maybe for Neco Williams' second half performance, I think Adrian could be up there with that man of the match. To be fair, Divock Origi turning into a ballerina and scoring that second goal, which was absolutely fantastic. But yeah, it just was a decent win, wasn't it? And we'll find out now. I believe tomorrow morning we'll find out who we play in the next round of the Carabao Cup. So guys, let me know who you guys would want in the comment section down below. For me, I'm not asked. I think Sunderland, is the easiest tie you could get. Even though, to be fair, whoever's left in the competition will be very hard to play against. But I think, obviously due to leagues and clubs and that, I think Sunderland are the team that we'd want. Then realistically, of course, West Ham knocking out Manchester City, so not a good week for Manchester clubs. So be very, very interesting to see who Liverpool get. It's most likely going to be a Premier League side. It always is. Liverpool, it's very rarely Liverpool get non-Premier League opposition in cup games. It's very, very rare. But when we do have them, we do win, to be fair. But let's get on to your comments. It's all about biggest club in England, which is Liverpool, says Chris. Absolutely. Mark says, so do we go full out on Brighton or resting players? We will get on to that, because of course we play Atletico Madrid next week. Of course we will talk about Brighton. Of course it is a Brighton preview, so we'll move on in a swift moment. We'll go on we are LFC, the best club in the world. Hard luck on Preston Spirit performance. From them, they had chances to take. Don't take chances. Get punished. Name of the game. We took ours. Not perfect, but job done. Exactly. 10:30 on Saturday on Soccer AM, which has gone to shite, says Doug. But of course, let's talk about Liverpool and Brighton then. And, let's talk about a little bit about the opposition. Of course, Brighton under Graham Potter. For me, I think they've done very, very well. Of course, this season, having an absolute, blinding start. I think they were third at one point. Of course, now fifth in the Premier League. Of course, getting battered by Manchester City last time out in the Premier League. Of course, drawing 2-2 against Leicester in the League Cup, but then unfortunately losing on penalties in that aspect of things. But it's one of those things, isn't it? Brighton have done very, very well over the last year or so. Especially since Graham Potter's come into the job from Swansea. I think, look, he's done a tremendous job, and getting very much high praises. Getting talked about certain jobs and that. I know that Graham Potter was up there with Arsenal. Arsenal fans wanted Graham Potter. I think Leicester fans as well. When the whole talk of Brendan Rodgers potentially leaving, he's number one on their list. If that was to happen, of course, Leicester doing perfectly fine at the moment, aren't they? After their slow start to the season, then you could say. But if we take a quick look, because to be fair, we have got the game. Little stats then for you guys, of course, on FootMob. If FootMob is watching, guys, I would like a little bit of sponsorship. But you look at the last couple of games, haven't won in the last 5. Of course, that does take away from the League Cup tie, 6-4, but that was on penalties, to be fair. But as you can see on the right-hand side, haven't won a match in the last 5 attempts and ranked 14th. 14 in goals scored per match, and they've only scored one goal per game anyway. But you just look at the difference, isn't it, guys? Since our 2-2 draw against Manchester City, Liverpool 5-0 against Watford, 3-2 against Atletico Madrid, 5-0, and then 2-0 against Preston. It's been pretty good. And It's just gone on to the Preston game. Apologies for that. But, as you can see there is the predicted lineup for Brighton anyway, going with a 3-5-2. And one guy in particular, and that's that man right there, Adam Lallana. He's been kind of, for me anyway, looking at Brighton, looking at the games, I've watched maybe one or two Brighton games. For me, Adam Lallana has been their best player, and we all know of certainly, Adam Lallana at Liverpool, how good he was when he was fit, and so far he's been very, very good at keeping his fitness for Brighton. I'd say ever since like the back end of last season, I think he was pretty much fit, wasn't he, for their little run, and then the start of this season he's maintained his fitness, and when you have a fit Adam Lallana, he's a very, very good midfielder. But it is, of course, that can he stay fit? And we all know Liverpool and injuries with that. But, I think Adam Lallana is the guy for Brighton that, if Liverpool can close him down, it's going to be a battering, I think, because he is the one that does like the press. He's very good on the ball, likes to invite pressure as well at times. And I think, hopefully Liverpool can, do that. Of course, we've got the in the bottom, who's going to start in the midfield for Liverpool? I think that is the more important question for us in particular, who is going to start. But of course, guys, let me know your thoughts in the comment section down below, and let me know as well who you think is Brighton's biggest threat, because of course, Maupay, he's their only striker, you would say, that scores goals. I think he has 4 goals this season in the Premier League. I think, Mo Salah has scored more than Brighton in all of course in all competitions, but in the Premier League, I think Brighton have scored 9 and conceded 9, and Mo has scored 10, obviously. So, potential is there, of course. But let me know, guys, your thoughts in the comment section down below. And like I said, let me know your thoughts on who you think Brighton's threatening player, then you could say, to be fair. Excuse me. John's in saying, hey, hello. Hope you are well. Think it will be a different. It will be different this time. Yeah, of course. Brighton last year. Remember that game with Taki Minamino away to Brighton when Jurgen experimented Taki in the midfield, and it did not work whatsoever. And of course, Brighton did beat us at Anfield. A week after, Burnley beat us. So yeah, not a good couple of weeks for Liverpool. That was, to be fair. But of course, we still managed to get Champions League football. We were just teasing everyone. No, I'm worse for wear, John, but I will get better. Sorry to hear that, Helen. Hope you get well soon. Helen has gone for a 4-0 Liverpool win for tomorrow. Ballum is in. Hopefully Salah can score more goals in the Premier League. A tricky home match. Brighton have a good way of playing. Yes, they do. It's a very, very good style of football. And I do think, I personally think if Brighton got a striker that could score around 10, 15 goals, or even 15 to 20 goals, I think they would be pretty decent and pretty high up in the Premier League. I just think they are missing that goal scorer, because if you remember last year, guys, their XG was up there with, one of the best in the leagues, but, it would look on the face of it, they could not finish. Similar to Wolves. Wolves can't finish for their lives, but I think, with Brighton, I think if they did have that goal scorer, they would have, scored a lot more goals than what they did last season. I agree, balances Helen. Maupay and Trossard, they are good in set pieces, such as Dan Burn, very tall, Helen as well. But we really need to be on it from the first minute and kill off early. Yeah, exactly, John. I absolutely agree with that. Hello, Connor, who finally was able to join. Absolute pleasure, man. Hopefully having a fantastic day, Bellum. Seem to be going hard and fast and to get go. Yeah, and look, that's the thing, isn't it, guys? Look, I think we pretty much... We've all been used to over the last couple of weeks, Liverpool scoring, 3-4 goals and then just resting players. I think that is what we would hope for again. I think, look, Atletico Madrid, as Helen says, we play Atletico Madrid next Tuesday. I think it's Wednesday, Helen, but, exactly that. I think we do play Atletico, and it's whether or not Jurgen, we always have to look at the game ahead of us, but I think Jurgen will have some thoughts about that game, going on to it. Because I think if you look at it, if Liverpool of course, we can't drop points for this game. We cannot, us, Man City, Chelsea, we're going to be pulling away now from the rest of the teams in the Premier League. And of course, Liverpool want to win the Premier League. We want to get our title back, and you could say. But I think Jurgen will have it in his mind where he'll go, well, we have to win this game, but if we beat Atletico Madrid, then the group is done, it's dusted. We can then play weakened sides like we did last year, against Atalanta and others as well. So I think that will be in Jurgen's mind. But of course, we do have to beat Brighton as well. Liverpool 3, Brighton 0. In my opinion, Brighton are a good team. They lack a goal scorer, but I think we will be too much for them in the end. Absolutely. Balam says, personally, yes, Brighton improved and they have been winning the matches this season. I am annoyed that Danny Welbeck dived. Oh yeah, I remember that. And he even said it wasn't a penalty. So frustrating as an LFC fan. Of course, that was a very, very frustrating afternoon. Clean sheet, yes. Any type of LFC win will be good, says Balam. And then John says, I have a feeling you will need to update that flag come the end of the season, mate. Yeah, to be fair, I might end up getting a green screen. I've been threatened about it for about a year, but to be fair, that my nan surprised me with that. So like that's just there. But hopefully we'll be saying more champions than we could say anyway. Here we go. Balam says, I found it strange a journalist asked about being unbeaten. Invincible, so random. I don't know about that. Question is, how many will Salah score tomorrow? That is the important question. What is Mo gonna do? Wednesday 3rd, 8 p.m. kickoff as well. Thank you, Mark, for that. Anyway, but guys, get your starting 11 predictions in the comment section down below. Because to be fair, again, it's the midfield for Liverpool. Of course, the great news is that Naby Keita is fit and available for this game, of course, after Paul Pogba's shocker of a tackle. And as well, the best thing about it as well, Thiago Alcantara did take part in full training as well. Jurgen did say it could be hit or miss with him. I think most likely if there is going to be an appearance by Thiago, it will be on the bench tomorrow. I don't think he's going to start for Liverpool. And then sadly, Fabinho, he does look to be out for the Brighton game. Might be a potential for Atletico, but he is, I think, 100% out of Brighton, which is a real shame, to be fair. But this is what I am going for tomorrow. 3 p.m. kickoff, of course, was meant to be going to the game, but sadly I cannot make it. So hopefully if you are going, because everyone I know seems to be going for this game, please enjoy yourselves. But Alisson in goal for me, Trent Alexander-Arnold right back. I think Ibu will keep his place. I thought he had a fantastic game against Manchester United, and I think he will keep his spot. Then of course Virgil van Dijk and Andy Robbo, and then I've gone for the midfield of Jordan Henderson, Curtis Jones, and Naby Keita. I think that's it is the same teams in the second half against Manchester United, and then of course Mo Salah, Bobby Firmino, and Sadio Mane completes the squad, then you could say. But I think that is what the team is going to be anyway. But Chris has gone Ali, Trent, Kanate, Virgil, Robbo, Hendo, Jones, Keita, Salah, Firmino, and Jota. So no Mane in there again for you, Chris. Very interesting. Doug's gone Ali, Trent, Kanate, Virgil, Robbo, Hendo, Keita, Jones, Mane, Salah, and Firmino. So that's the same as me. Mark has gone. I think Milner will start over Jones. James Milner is out injured. That is the other thing as well. James Milner is out injured. Of course, he did pick up a hamstring problem, I think, last week. So he might be back just before international break, but it might be after as well. But it is a hamstring injury for James Milner. That's the other guy I forgot about. So yeah, James Milner is out for this game. Ali, Trent, Kanate, Virgil, Robbo, Hendo, Keita, Jones, Salah, Takumi Minamino for Balam. Very interesting. And Jota as well. John said, totally agree, Balam. Been way too long since we have last been to Wembley. Maybe this year, maybe this year. Quadruple at the end of the season won't be bad. Won't be bad. To be honest, I'm only bothered about Premier League and Champions League. For me, I'm Premier League. This season, Premier League is number one for me, because of the quality. If Liverpool end up winning this title, think it'll be better than what we did last time when winning the league title, because you have Manchester City still there, and now you have a new face in Chelsea, and I think Chelsea will, you know, I think Chelsea are going to push us all the way. I don't think City will, because I think unless they sign a striker, I think the striker element. I know they've scored 4 goals, but against Brighton last time. But I do think, at the end of the season, I think the striker might have cost them a league title, to be awfully honest with you. What else do we have? Bound says, Mark Milner injured? No, because last Premier League game injured. Yeah, he is out, guys, for that. I agree, although it's only a 50p cup, it's still there to be won. It's still a trophy, to be fair, but of course, when we get knocked out, it was a Mickey Mouse trophy. To be fair, no Mane, because Jota scored at Old Trafford, and that front three played well. Don't break anything that's not broken, but won't be shocked if Mane plays, though. Yeah, guys, the interesting thing that I think what could be for this game, and let me know, guys, in the comments if you guys agree about this. I wonder if Liverpool would ever go to a 4-2-3-1. Brighton, they're not going to come at us. Like, we know they're good at, advanced football, but they are, I don't think they'll threaten us too much going forward. Could we see a 4-2-3-1 potentially with, maybe Naby and Hendo in a pivot, and then could we see, maybe Jota, Salah, Mane, and Firmino up front together? Because I think it is interesting. I think the other interesting thing as well is maybe, I don't want to, drop Mo, but Mane's had a rest, Bobby's had a rest, Jota's had a rest this season. Mo is the only one that hasn't had any type of rest this season. Could Mo, be dropped? Could he be put on the bench, in time for Atletico? Or do you think Mo will keep his place? I'm not saying he should be dropped. He's the best in the world at the minute, isn't he? But, there is a time where, a player needs rest. And we all know Mo is at the peak of his powers at the moment, isn't he? In terms of fitness-wise. But I don't know. It's just something. It's obviously something in my mind anyway from last season, where of course, you look at it and you go, oh, just hope he doesn't get injured, and you hope this person does get injured, and that's what I'm hoping. That's what I'm hoping. Nothing happens to Mo, because at the minute, for me, he is the best in the world at the minute, and I don't think anyone's on his level neither. But guys, let me know your thoughts on that, because I think it is a very interesting topic. Sadio's had his rest, Bobby's had his rest, Jota has had rest, Mo hasn't. So I think, potentially they could be there. But of course, I'm not saying at all that Mo should be dropped. I just think potentially, that might come into the mind of Jurgen Klopp. So he'd start Jota on the left, Bobby up top, and then of course, Sadio on the right. Anyway, that was John's team. Chris, yeah, definitely Premier League #1. We won Champions League enough times. Need to give other English teams a chance to catch up if they can. Well, to be fair, a certain team can't actually, win at all. So, it's kind of nice, isn't it? I would have seen a 4-2-3-1 personally. Yeah, it's interesting, isn't it, John? I think it is going to be, it's going to be interesting to see what Jurgen does anyway. But guys, I'm going for a. Mark says, "Be stupid to rest Mo." It would be stupid, but I just thought it would be. It's just a thought, isn't it? We don't want to overexhaust Mo, and that's for me the thing. I know Mo last year played. What was it? Mo and Robbo played the most for Liverpool. I think Genie was up there as well, with it. But you get what I mean. You get the thought process I'm thinking about. Hopefully, anyway. But for me, of course, wouldn't drop Mo Salah for the world. Like I said, he's in the peak of his powers at the moment. For me, we have to consider it on the lesser cups, as I think FSG would want to win us to win, since we haven't won the 50p Cup since 2012. I think with Gerrard's screaming. Yeah, I think we beat Cardiff, didn't we? We Cardiff on pens. Was it on pens? Yeah, it was on pens. So maybe they want it. I agree with you on Mo, on Salah, says Chris. It's just a thought, isn't it, guys? I think it's interesting, but of course, I fully expect Mo to start, and I think if he gets a hat-trick, then, happy days, because at the minute, I think everything he touches is just gold dust at the moment. Mo wouldn't let manager rest him, so he's banging them in at the moment. He is banging them in, and he's brilliant, isn't he? Mo Salah, absolutely love the man. And look, he's fantastic, isn't he? And long long Mo Salah continue with his goal scoring form. I couldn't quite remember Conor. Lol. To be fair, it's been a very long time, hasn't it, Liz? Helen, sorry. That we've not won the capital. Like I always remember, was it Man City? Man City now are on I think 8 League Cups and we're on 8, but Man City, aren't they? But Mark says Mo adding to his wages. To be fair, at the minute Mo has all the power with his contract situation. He has all the power at the moment, but time will tell, won't it, in that aspect of things. If AFCON goes ahead, Minamino, Firmino, Jota will be a good enough front three to hurt anyone IMO. Well, the problem is with AFCON is at the moment it could get postponed or cancelled, however you want to put it, because at the minute there's something wrong with Cameroon. I'm not obviously Cameroon are hosting the AFCON, and something's wrong at the minute. The other thing as well, where, and I don't know how true that is. I think it is true though. Like apparently the AFCON teams want the AFCON players to leave their clubs, I think after the Boxing Day game instead of the New Year's game. So Mo, Sadio and Naby would end up missing, I think, 6 or 7 games instead of 2, which of course Liverpool don't want that. If you turn around and going, oh yeah, you missed Mo Salah for 2 games, and I think they're pretty much easy games. I think they both might be at Anfield as well. You go, okay, that's pretty much sound. But then it's like, you look at it and you go, 6 games, and that's including Chelsea as well. Chelsea's in that 6 games. You go, no, absolutely not. And I think Liverpool will be, hoping anyway that it'll be New Year's that they could go, or hoping in general it gets cancelled, because I would love that, to be fair. I hold my brain. It takes longer than Google's. Don't worry, Helen. No problems whatsoever. I totally believe contract with Mo is done already. Alan says, sorry to say, but FSG is going to sell Mo in the summer. I don't think that, Alan. I think Jurgen, pretty much looking at it, I think if you remember, Hendo's contract, and that whole debacle, I think Mo Salah's contract will get done. And look, 400k, 500k, pay him wherever he wants. No, I'm kidding. But I think, look, you look at it and you go, at the minute, Mo Salah's at the peak of his powers at the moment. And you look at it as well. And I think what Mo is looking at is the Kevin De Bruyne situation where he, what's De Bruyne on now, guys? Is it 350 a week? I think that's what Mo is after. I don't believe any of the 400, 500k a week nonsense that you read and all like that. I think Mo realistically wants between 300 and 350k per week. Whether or not that's going to happen, who knows? But I think he deserves it. And if he looks at it and goes, who is currently being classed as the best player in the Premier League? Kevin De Bruyne. How much is he getting? Oh, I want that. And look, he deserves it. Is it Liverpool's model? No, it's not. But I think he does deserve it because that guy, he took us from, we practically would have been 10th or 11th last season without Mo Salah's goals. And instead we got Champions League football. This season, the way he's playing, we will win the Premier League. And that's the end of it. Mo Salah he's not carrying this Liverpool side at the moment because we're playing so good at the moment, but he's in unbelievable form and he's consistent as well. It's not like if again this is a strange season or one season wonder, then you could say Mo's been doing it since he's come to Liverpool and he's proven to FSG all the time, look, I'm doing consistent numbers and just look what I'm doing. And I think that's the crucial thing, to show the club that, look, you give me the money, I can perform for you. And I think that is what he's going to do. But I firmly believe Mohamed Salah will sign the new deal when it's given to him, of course. Salah's contract might be sorted in the international break, I reckon. Hopefully, Chris. I'm glad Keita is fine and he's played well. Yes, might have changed my tune on Keita. Ooh, now he's changing a couple of tunes. Chris, I told you all along, my friend. No, Mo is staying put forever. Well, into his 30s, he will stay, to be fair. 400k for De Bruyne, I think. If it is, then, it's wow, isn't it? He's best player in the world at the minute. CR7 on 500k. Mo deserves well, deserves at least to be there. Yeah, exactly, John. A lot of extras, says Mark. Salah has been the best player in the Premier League for years for me, along with De Bruyne. Exactly. Nalan says, hope you're right. Hopefully I'm right, because realistically, I think all of us would like Mohamed Salah to be at Liverpool for a very, very long time. And I think, look, for me, like I said, guys, I think he deserves the contract anyway. But, going back onto the Brighton game, guys, I think, look, Liverpool been so good over the last couple of weeks, isn't it? Be stupid not to go with the high score, but I'm going to go for a 3-0 victory against Liverpool, against Brighton, not against Liverpool. I think Liverpool are going to be Brighton 3-0. I think they'll be the clean sheet again. I think Ibu and Virgil, that partnership, looks to be good so far, keeping a clean sheet against Palace and keeping a clean sheet against Manchester United as well. So I think that is very, very crucial as well. And also as well, I think, depending on the midfield, be interesting to see if Jones starts, be interesting to see if Naby starts. And also as well, be interesting to see if Thiago even gets involved in the game. I think he will definitely be on the bench for the game, but of course, maybe Jurgen might go with him. Who knows? But I do think that, Thiago will be involved in some sort of way. I know Jurgen did say it's a bit, hit or miss, or, he's only had the one full training session, but I do think that, Thiago will be there or thereabouts. And, guys, just let me know your thoughts anyway in the comment section down below. Anyway, Chris says, Keita needs to continue playing well. Well, to be fair, he's doing it at the minute, mate, isn't he? Adamant Salah will sign a contract with us. Yeah, definitely, mate. John says, he said it himself, he wants to retire at Liverpool. Exactly. It's a shout to FSG, isn't it? Jack's prediction 6-0. I can't wait for later on, mate. On Doug's channel, it's gonna be Jack saying 6 or 7-0. I'm going conservative, I'm going concerned, but I'm gonna go 3-0 Liverpool because realistically, I think Liverpool. I want to say 4-0, I want to say 5-0, but I think 3-0 is a fair scoreline because I think, look, Brighton are a good side, aren't they? Even though Man City battered them 4-1, I still think they are a very, very good side. But yeah, it is time to be very, very good side, then I would say. Yes, as Mark as well. I think not even Messi or Lewandowski or Ronaldo have scored in their first 10 games of the season. Well, to be fair, Messi's had his worst start ever, to be fair. So, very, very interesting that Salah is the best winger in Premier League history. Well, he's the best African player in Premier League history now, isn't he? Beating Didier Drogba's record, didn't he, against Manchester United? So, Mo breaking another record. I think now Mo's on 106 goals, I think. I think Didier Drogba was on 104. So, Mo beating the records yet again. 4-5 Stormer again would do me. Yeah, would absolutely do everyone. To be fair, Mark as well. But guys, thank you so much for tuning in to the match preview show. Thank you again for the support on the channel. Like I did say at the start of the video, and I do say anyway, apologies for the lack of videos over the last couple of weeks. Hopefully we'll get back into the YouTube grind of things, because I've missed talking to you guys. You guys are always the best to talk to as well, especially when the Mighty Reds are on, or near enough on anyway. But of course we'll be on Doug's channel. I think we have Chris Pajak from Redmen TV and Mick Moran as well from the Coblight podcast as well. I think that is at 7. So be very, very interesting to see anyway, of course. But, guys, please have a fantastic rest of your day. Have a fantastic weekend as well, of course, because, of course, we've got Liverpool, Brighton, and, of course, we hopefully get to watch Spurs do a job on Manchester United on Saturday night. Hopefully they do that. Either way, it's good, isn't it? Either A, Man United get beat again, or B, Ollie stays in the job for a lot longer and Man United gain confidence again. So it works either way, doesn't it, guys? Anyway, but, hopefully all of you have a fantastic rest of your evening. Chris says, take care, mate. Up the Reds. See you on Doug's stream. What else have we got? Coppin Podcast. Owen's in. Hello, Owen. Hopefully having a fantastic day, mate. So thanks, Connor. Alan says, thanks. And then Mark says, great stream. Take care, guys. Helen, take care. Rest up. Hope you feel better soon. We want Ollie to stay in the job, says Mark as well. But yeah, like Chris said, sorry. But yeah, like what Mark said, Helen, please, get well soon, because of course, everyone please stay safe, because the world is still, a very dangerous place, isn't it, at the minute. But, hopefully things will look a lot more better, because, I heard the COVID numbers were going back up as well in the UK anyway. So not good, but, hopefully all of you stay safe. Anyway, and if you're going to the game, please enjoy as well. And hopefully the mighty Reds will batter Brighton anyway. I have gone 3-0, but hopefully we'll get the win anyway and continue the fantastic form that we're on at the minute anyway. But if you haven't already, please hit that subscribe button as well. If you're new, please hit that like button, and yeah, we'll see you